Hey everyone, Colbert here, and today we're gonna do a Frozen Banshee guide and gameplay showcase, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna go through some of the dungeons and of course the clan boss. Of course, Frozen Banshee, as you guys know, if you don't know already, she's a great poisoner. She's a recent addition to the game. I've recently reviewed her for my top 5 rares, but yeah, she's a recent addition to the game with the battle pass. I'm not sure if she was a reward from the battle pass, but she was one of the champions that was also added to the game with the other champions, like the frozen type of champions. So let's look at her ratings. 3,000 ratings, guys. 4.9 on the clan boss, Dragon Slayer 4.4, and the other places she's got under 3, which is reasonable. And the reason being is a poisoner does not have a really good spot for other than the dragon. The dragon can be killed by poisons. Well, the Fire Knight not so much, because he has his shield up and he blocks poison, so he can only be poisoned once his shield is down. The spider cannot be really killed through poisons, maybe through HP burn on all of the spiderlings, but not through poisons. And the ice golem, okay, poisons can kill the ice golem, but it's gonna take a long time, so she's not that great in there, although she can be used. Minotaur, I guess she can be used, but as a poisoner she's not going to be used for campaign farming or potions farming. Where she's great at is the clan boss and the dragon's lair. So first up, we're going to look at her equipment. The equipment I have on her is of course lifesteal and speed. The reason is I want her for the clan boss, and on the clan boss you'll need some defense, and as a rare she's got a very high base defense, like 1002 base defense. That's awesome. Through my artifacts, Great Hall and Arena tier, I gain plus 120, plus 200, a total of 3,742. That's awesome. That's a very good point to be for a poisoner. Speed at 192, so I could just go crazy in the clan boss. I don't need to specifically tune my team more for defense. The ideal would be to lower my speed a bit under 190, keep my counterattack over 190, but yeah, I don't have the gear for that yet. Accuracy at 246. Over 240, you're pretty much guaranteed to not get a resist, other than the basic resist that may happen every now and then. I think it's like 5% or so, maybe lower than that. I'm not sure about that number. So what I focused on: over 190 speed, over 3,500 defense, HP is good at 33,000, and accuracy at 246. So lifesteal set is gonna give her life back when she attacks through her basic skills with the War Master Mastery, and speed set because I just needed to go over 190. Let's look at her skills and why she's so great, guys. So her A1 attacks one enemy twice, so War Master immediately. Each hit has an 80% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns if the target is under a poison sensitivity debuff. What this means is she'll only poison the boss when she's got the poison sensitivity debuff. What that does is it makes your poisons do more damage. So not only her poisons, but other poisoners that you may have in your team, they're gonna do way more damage also. Think of that. And let's look at her A3. Her A3 attacks one enemy, places a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. So she starts off with this at 3 turns cooldown. She applies the poison sensitivity for 2 turns. Can be possibly extended to 3 turns if you have an extender, or through your masteries. If you have an extender, it's gonna go for way more than 3 turns, but you get what I mean. You apply this first, it works on auto, and then she goes with her basic and applies lots of poisons, and she does not only the damage from poison, but also because of poison sensitivity, she's gonna do 25% more damage. And Cruel Exaltation attacks one enemy, fills the term meters of all allies by 2% for each debuff on target. So what's great about this is that she does not use it on auto for the clan boss. This is very good because it keeps your counterattack setup intact without messing up the speed tuning. So this is so good, because if this actually worked on auto, then she wouldn't have the rating that she has for the clan boss. She would be way worse. So this thankfully does not work on auto, and this is the way that I think Plarium should work on other champions and tune their skills so they don't work on the clan boss at all. For example, Razdin's A3, he does not need it for the clan boss. And her aura, guys, increases ally accuracy in all battles by 35. I don't think you should use this in the clan boss. There's much better auras to use, like for example defense or health auras. The accuracy aura should be the last one to consider, because you're either lacking a Great Hall or a banner, a good banner. So guys, let's look at her masteries right now. Her masteries, of course, I went for the War Master tree for the tier 6 mastery. You guys can't see it right now because of the the webcam, but I went for War Master, I went for Methodical. It's the basic left side of the offense tree, very basic for the clan boss. And of course support tree, you avoid all masteries that give you turn meter because you do not want to mess up your turn meter order. So you don't gain any of these masteries like rapid response or arcane celerity. I went for, of course, all the accuracy that you can get here. I went for Cycle of Magic just for that extra 5% chance to recycle my skills. Of course, this might be argued that this is not required because this will also mess up your rotation. But I think if it refreshes your skill, then you're gonna use it again. Yeah, I'm not sure about messing up the turn meter order of your skills. So I went for Cycle of Magic, Lore of Steel, get that extra bit of speed just to get over 190, and Master Hexer, 30% chance to extend the duration of the poisons, and also poison sensitivity because this is not specifically mentioned here. This means it can be extended. And I went for Spirit Haste. I mean, the last one is debatable if it's even needed. Of course, Spirit Haste, extra speed when a dead ally, when someone dies. It's gonna be, what, one more turn at best in the clan boss. I could have gone for Kill Streak, but it provides me basically 0 for the dungeons. I don't use her in the dungeons. I'm never gonna use her in the dungeons, at least the dungeons we have right now. And yeah, Spirit Haste, just extra 8 speed. You don't even need this. If you farm your masteries manually, you can skip the last 200 scrolls, for example. Guys, first up, we're gonna look at the dragon, dragon 20. We're gonna go in. I'm gonna mix up my team right here. Basically, this is gonna be a showcase of Frozen Banshee, so I'm not gonna use a crazy team in there. Just gonna use something that's gonna at least take us to the boss very fast. So let's use one Royal Guard. We're gonna use Arbiter for the speed boost. We're gonna use Frozen Banshee just for the poison to show how quickly she's gonna kill the boss. Let's use one Renegade and maybe a Razin, I guess. Yeah, let's go in. Of course, the poisons are not gonna do that much damage on the waves. The waves need to be killed by some other way. If you're gonna kill the waves through poisons, which is what I did when I started end game, basically, it's just gonna make your runs 4 or 5 minutes. But yeah, you're gonna kill them as long as you have something that's tanky. So we see already 20 seconds. We're still in wave 1. We killed one person, and yeah. You need something that gives you an AoE defense down to make it much easier to go through this. But still, this is going to be a showcase of Frozen Banshee, so we're just going to notice what she is doing. Okay, she's alive. She has a lot of defense, so she managed to stay alive after 3 hits. So that's good. Where are we going? Okay, as long as Renegade gets revived, she can reset the cooldowns of my characters. So they should be able to take this down. I'm not showcasing my proper team because my proper team does not even use a poisoner. So this is why I just put in some champions in there to showcase a possible real team. More real team wouldn't use Renegade, probably not even Royal Guard, not even Arbiter, maybe Apothecary, Razin, and then Frozen Banshee and another 2 champions, something tanky like a Molly if you were lucky enough to be playing this game during the fusion. If not, something else tanky that applies provoke. I mean, even a Greybeard works here, but no one's gonna take him there. To 60. Come on, let's get on with the waves. These kind of showcases, guys, I mean, I want to showcase the boss, not the waves. The waves, you can't go through them. The boss is the difficulty, and if you don't beat the boss, you don't win the rewards. So oh man. And see, she does not even apply poisons if there's no poison sensitivity. So you need the poison sensitivity for her to actually do any damage on the ads. Right now, we're not doing any damage because it's a 3-turn cooldown, and she's not gonna have it for each single target. So we're at the boss. We're gonna see how many poisons she can put in. There's a poison sensitivity. She's gonna start stacking out the poisons now on the boss. Come on, put some poisons. There we go. 2 poisons on the boss. There is a defense down and a weaken. Yeah, defense down and weaken. We already have 4 poisons. Let's look at the health of the boss when he takes a turn. It should go way down. There it is. 57,866. Normally poisons do 50,000, but because of the poison sensitivity, this went up by another 7,000. So there's Royal Guard with his with his move, of course. But look at all those poisons, guys. He's gonna die now. The dragon's possibly gonna be dead from all those poisons. Come on, almost. We had like 6 poisons tick there, or 7. But yeah, not a bad outcome. Of course, if you didn't have Royal Guard, you would use something else. If you had a kill and Frozen Banshee, the boss would die basically instantly with all the poisons on the boss. You wouldn't even need defense down on weaken, because those do not make poisons do more damage. So yeah, that was the dragon showcase. I'm gonna showcase. So guys, this is a clan boss run I recorded the other day. It has Frozen Banshee in there, and we're gonna see how much damage she does. She's so good in applying the poisons. Of course, this run didn't go as well as others as I expected. It was void, but still, if you get a bit of unlucky, you're gonna do way less damage. This is why my teams are not very consistent in Ultra Nightmare. The damage they do vary from 25 million to 15 million, and it's usually, the reason is you know, the defense, the attack down debuff. If I do not apply that, then I'm doomed basically, and I have 2 attack down characters. I don't know, man, I just get unlucky. So you see here all the poisons that we have on the boss. There's a poison sensitivity. She's a poisoner along with Venus. Both of them apply poisons, and they do way more damage through the poison sensitivity. So Frozen Banshee's damage is not only hers in the end, it's also a portion of what Venus did. So Venus did not do all that damage by herself. Without the poison sensitivity, Venus would do 25% less damage just through her poisons. So with poison sensitivity, your damage goes way up. So if you don't manage to apply that, as another problem there, if you don't manage to apply poison sensitivity, then Frozen Banshee will not be applying poisons with her basic. So that's another problem right there. So this is why she's so great with a character that extends debuff like a Vizier. Vizier is a top range extender for debuffs. If he applies poison sensitivity and extends it, it's the same thing with the poisons, then your run is gonna do a tremendous amount of damage. But yeah, this is how the team goes. It's a counterattack setup. The poisons is gonna be ticking all the time right there. Let's see, 62,500 through the poisons. Let's skip right to the end, and I'll show you how much damage this team actually did. There we go. You see, this is why my team failed. My Skullcrusher died, so if he dies, basically the whole team dies and the run is over. So how much damage did they do? About 17.5. That was the amount of damage that they did in this run. I also recorded the end part of a previous run that they did way more damage. So guys, in this run, Frozen Banshee did 4.7 million damage. I know you might think it's a lot, but that's not a lot for an Ultra Nightmare run. Venus did 6.7. Both of them are connected because of Frozen Banshee's poison sensitivity. I'll show you my other run that I did, the end part at least. And this is my other run that went much better. It's just the end part of the run. 7.4 and 6.5 for Frozen Banshee and Venus. On total, almost 22 million on Ultra Nightmare. It was the same team, but you know, just RNG throughout the fight. I did not control. I did not even watch what was happening. So one was 22, other was 17. Overall, average about 20. That's okay for an Ultra Nightmare key. Of course, if you want to improve, you need to do at least 24, 25 to do that 3 key Ultra Nightmare. So guys, this was my Frozen Banshee video showcase. I showcased the Dragon's 20 and the Clan Boss, showcased 2 end results of the Clan Boss. The way she works, her poison is so great. You can take her to 60. She's going to help you through the Dragon, specifically if you don't have something like a kill. If you got Aethel, for example, she's a great poisoner, and she's going to be there for you in the end game. Like, look at that. Basic defense and basic speed. That's great for her. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Leave a like down below. put the build that you have for Frozen Banshee if it's different than mine, and maybe I can change mine. Maybe I did something wrong. So thanks a lot guys for watching. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.